I got 600 milligrams in me and I'm ready to rock. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Enough is enough playing games with you, Lee. You're fucking jujutsu. You know what I'm saying? You know.
What am I gonna? I got shit to do tomorrow.
What am I gonna do? So do I. What do I got? Like I get up and there's fucking servants over here. Yeah.
No, but there's no one who like you don't get on Zoom calls with like someone who.
I always got some type of fucking whack off call. You know. There's always some dumb fuck that wants to Zoom and waste my time and his time. Like, you know, I got a new idea. I want you to play a fucking court dude. Fucking, what was it? Judge Joey. Okay. Settle neighborhood disputes. That was the last one.
Dude, I got hit up. And he was a guy. I remember him being a good guy. He messaged me on Facebook. He was like, hey, I got the opportunity to like be the EP of this movie with some actors' names I recognize, whatever. But he's like, hey, we're looking to raise funding, minimum of $25,000 investment. If you know anybody, I'll give you a finder's fee. I'm like, yeah, okay. You're the EP.
People are dying to put $25,000 into an unknown's movie, an election year, 10 wars going on, Jew haters in full effect, you know. And this guy's trying to fucking banknote a movie online. If we get it made, you get a poster and a premiere ticket, and you know, leave me alone, all right? Because when are they going to get that dough back to you?
Never.
Dog, I went to an audition one day that was fucking, the script was just insane. I got to go down and see what the fuck this is. It's a Saturday audition, which right there is a signal. I did not know at the time.
Oh, no.
And I was naive, but it was like 2002, maybe. And it was right across the street from where me and Ralphie lived. So I crossed the street and I'm like, oh, shit, that must be the place. And there's a line down the corner.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? So it was one of those basements behind the Thai restaurant.
Okay.
On Sunset downstairs. So finally they go, everybody get to the stairway. He wants to make an announcement. The guy's like, okay, when you come in, bring in who you're reading for, plus take an investment form. All right. So, and then the guy goes, okay, if you don't have a family member or a friend that's willing to invest $5,000 to $25,000, you can't audition for this project. I just made a name up on the sheet and I stayed for the meeting. Oh my God, Lee. Oh my God. And that's the kind of shit that crushes you.
Right.
As anything, a comic, an actor, a painter, a fucking pedophile, anything like that, where you show up and now they want an investment and you're like, what the fuck? I thought I was auditioning for a fucking Chinese gang movie. And all of a sudden now I got to chip in $5,000 to be in a fucking movie that nobody's ever going to see.
Right.
Nobody's ever going to listen. This thing won't make it to the fucking, this thing. And you want shit to work. Let's continue this on the thing. What's happening, savages? It's Tuesday, the 19th. The check-in is brought to you by Liquid IV. Tremendous. You're probably still recovering from the green leprechaun. You got to remember to drink water. It can be tough. Whether you hydrate to live or live to hydrate, shake up your routine with Liquid IV. Here's how it works. Add 1 stick to 16 ounces of water and shake it up, baby. You'll be getting 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. Hey, no artificial sweeteners, no sugar, 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Listen, I am hooked on the white peach sugar-free. You shake that up in the morning. I take my medication. I drink a whole 16 ounce before I go to the gym, just so I could be tip-top Magoo at 61 years old. Liquid IV is also non-GMO and has no gluten or dairy or soy. Whether you went a little crazy last night on St. Patty's or need something to get your hydration up in the morning, or you're just trying to be good to yourself, Liquid IV is a no-brainer. Listen to me. However you hydrate, grab your Liquid IV hydration multiplier sugar-free, the one I like, in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off your order when you order to go. LiquidIV.com, press code Joey at checkout. Again, hydration multiplier, sugar-free, in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com, press in code Joey at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Joey, Joey, at liquidiv.com. Support the show and get 20% off. The check-in is also brought to you by Lucy. Tremendous. Listen, it's time to save yourself from that weekly stop at that sketchy gas station. Get nicotine delivered straight to your door with Lucy. They got what you need, whether you like the nicotine pouches, the gum, or the lozenges. I've been hitting up the gum lately. Oh my God, the mango is tremendous. Their breaker pouches are insane. There's a capsule inside that bursts to release a wave of flavor and hydration. With flavors like apple ice, mango, mint, and even espresso. Let me tell you something. You can't go wrong. Like I said, I've tried the mango and I'm hooked on that. The gum, oh my God. It's like you're drinking a smoothie. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they have even, with a cough like that, you got to stop smoking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they even have different strengths ranging from 2 to 12 milligrams, so you can choose how much nicotine you want, and you get the party started. All right? So let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/Joey and use promo code Joey. Again, go to lucy.co/Joey. Use promo code Joey, and then we're going to get you 20% off your first order. Listen, Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. But after you taste the flavors, you won't. That's lucy.co/Joey. Use promo code Joey. Let's get this show started. I need some more nicotine myself.
Turn off your TVs. Run for your lives. It's over. They didn't put you on this planet just to give up. If Uncle Joey could do it, I can rule the world. That's what you got to be thinking.
Welcome back to show.
There he is, fresh from Connecticut.
Oh, I don't think they're going to let me back in the state.
I'm telling you, I heard the people down there were in that fucking building hiding like Hamas down there. They were getting bombs and shit.
Oh, dude, it was like...
And I told you the night before, just pull over and call a bomb alert. Say, look, I'm coming down to the bomb. I'm just letting you know and shit.
Dude, I don't know how to explain how bad I did 2 nights in a row. Like, it was one of the worst weekends I've had in my entire time doing stand-up. And the part that was frustrating was like, and you know me, dude, I'm not a bragger at all, and I'm very early on, but I've had some pretty good sets recently. Like, I was hitting them with jokes that, like, once a weekend I'll usually get like a little bit of an applause break on, and then just silence. And like it was like I was doing it for people who didn't speak English, but I know they spoke English. It was one of the worst. The only thing that I can like tip my hat on is I didn't run off the stage like 10 minutes too early. I sat through it. I took my fucking beating, but it was the first night was bad and the second night was worse. And I was so prepared to do good the second night or do well the second night, and it just it was a rough
bomb when the staff stops talking to you, or they all walk by and tap you on the back, and somebody finally puts a sign on your back, R.I.P. You got to drive home with that sign on your back. You don't find it till you get to your house. You're like, R.I.P. Fuck. You run right to the bank because you want to deposit a check before they cancel it. You know, when you bomb for a weekend like that, you're like, pray to God there's an ATM that'll take this $100 tonight. I don't even care if it gives me money right now. before this fucking guy pulls the check money on me.
And I remember I bought, like, you were very nice, but I remember I bombed on one of the, I didn't bomb, but I got too high on one of the Sony Hall shows. And like, I forgot where I was. And I told you, I was like, I don't even want, when I bomb, I don't even want the money. Like, it makes you feel worse when people pay you when you bomb.
Bombing is a part of life, and it's a part of the job. And if you don't accept it now and put a reason on it, not that the sound system didn't work, not that they were Chinese, not that, because that's what we do. Okay. We start reaching, and the other thing about bombing is you got to learn how to laugh at it. And that's tough for comics, especially when you're trying to get up on the move. I'd rather see a comic know he's dying at the 12-minute mark, change his routine around, than to see a guy being so blind that he's still using material.
So that was, because I knew I was like, I even said, because there was a table at like the 10-minute mark who had not stopped talking. And I said, like, hey, like, at least they don't like me, but at least they're being quiet and smiling. And it was like, the only way I can describe it is when I first started getting shows and they'd ask you to do 7 minutes, and I had 7 minutes. So if I didn't do, like, there was nowhere for me to go. So I should have. I guess I'll try to do, like, I'm not really a crowd work guy. So I didn't even think about just going to crowd work.
No, but talk to them.
Okay.
Get the material and get rid of that fucking hairy dog. I know it worked 3 weeks ago in Utah. Guess what? It's a different fucking day, my friend.
Yeah.
And it's something that you just learn, and then you learn how to laugh at yourself while you're up there. Just turn it. You do the creating humor anyway. Whew, I could have got more laughs from at the hotel with the ghost in Florida where they shot up the fucking gaping. At that point, you're just struggling for straws, but it's like you being on the bottom of the jiu-jitsu match and there's a minute left and you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Let me just make some moves here to adjust myself so I can breathe. He ain't going to finish this choke, and I'm not going to reverse him. It's over. I don't care if I lost. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's better than getting out of there. And listen, when I bombed at the Ice Cube show, okay, when in 1995,
right,
I had a chance to open up for Ice Cube, Ice-T, one of those motherfuckers, in Boulder at the Fox Theater downtown.
Okay.
I was a little overzealous, and I typed up a phony resume.
What?
And I went down there and said, I'm a feature act. I could do 30 minutes. If you have any fallouts for bands or anything, give me a call. And they called.
Hysterical.
$100 to open up for Ice Cube or Ice-T. I've told the story. I told you. And I went in there and died. They were smoking dope. I got all excited. And I went out there, and it was a slow beating of a fucking night. And I still had 10 more minutes left to go. And I had already died for 10 minutes. And it was brutal. But at that level, I'll never forget that I did goof around a little bit. Like if I knew it was going to be this type of party, I would have smoked more dope. Better yet, I would have shot heroin. And even though I wasn't going nowhere with that, your mind is thinking. And you're away from that fucking dirtbag material you got, because that's how I would look at it. Okay. And in the middle of my dirtbag material in the beginning, I would go, why am I doing material? I could just talk to these fucking savages and they'll have a better time. They're in a bar. I told you 1,000 times that when people are predetermined going to a comedy club, they're going to a comedy club. That's why when you get to a comedy club, they give you everything to feel like you're in a comedy club. The lights, when you go to somebody's basement or the back room or something, that's all great and dandy, but it's a struggle. These are people that didn't want to pay the $50 to see Bert. So they're going down to Village Diner to pay the small 10 and get a cocktail, And if you're not funny, they turn around. They have no investment in the show.
Oh, yeah. It was.
So, I tell people these are workouts. You needed this.
I guess I didn't feel like I did.
You needed this. Yeah, you needed this.
Why?
Now you look around and go, thank God that didn't happen in an A room with Josh Wolf.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So now you live and you learn.
And I did something that I didn't always do, because I've tried to listen to myself recently, but like if I had a bomb, I wouldn't delete it, but I wouldn't go. I listened to it on Saturday night. I was up until 4 a.m.
Yeah, that was all completely Jew neurotics. That's Jew neurotics. It's a fucking basement bar in Connecticut. There's nothing that was 4 hours of your life you'll never get back.
Oh,
that was an experience. Don't think of why you bombed. You know why you bombed. You fucking know. You don't have to listen to the fucking tapes. You don't have to listen. I told you Friday when you called me, I said to you, dog, when you go to these places, your energy has to be very high.
Yep.
You went out there night 2, diddling around, looking around like a Jew at a bagel store. And they fucking ate your lunch. That's it. That's it, bro. These are the places where you got to be really on your A game because you're going to bomb. The percentage of you bombing is higher than in a comedy club.
Fuck. It's
fucking wild, man. It's wild. But after a while, you start looking at these periods. I don't want you to examine them now. You're going to fuck. If you died at the Improv in front of Bud Friedman, yeah, I'll come home with you, listen to that tape with you too. And then throw shit at you while we're listening to it to make you feel even worse. But no, these are all, listen, I'd rather bomb. You see me bomb.
Yeah, but it's different.
You've seen me bomb.
I've seen you not do well for you.
But you've seen me go out there a little overzealous.
Yeah. And
there's a couple more Gentiles than what I expected. Or these are the uptight Jews, the ones that go see Barbra Streisand. It's happened to fall into this place tonight. You know, it's very interesting. It's a lot more than people fucking think about. But at this level, I don't want you to think about it. At this level, let me think about it. And I'll tell you, even I told you Friday night on the phone as I was listening to you, and you were describing the type of place it was. I don't even need to be there. I just know. You're doing 2 things wrong.
Okay.
You're not taking your energy up on stage, and you're not looking at what's in front of you.
What do you mean by that?
All I ever want you to look at is this Friday and Saturday. I don't want you to think about what you're going to do in Nashville. I don't want you to think what you're going to do in fucking Vegas. I don't want to hear about any of that shit.
Okay.
You focus on what's in front of you, how you're going to fucking catapult from this Friday and Saturday. That's it. Tonight's material. That's it. Every week changes. By the time you get there, Michael Jackson might come back from the grave. And you're worried about your stupid fucking bagel joke. You follow what I'm saying to you?
Right.
I want you to bury the people. And I've been telling you this for how long now? 12, 13 years?
Yeah. It's
just a waste of thought.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And this is the comedy world. It's a waste of thought. Think about what's on your plate now, today, how you're going to earn. This all goes back to this today. Yeah, but next Tuesday, my cousin Vinny said that I'll help him move his cat. Listen, you might get hit by a truck by next Tuesday. You're dumb. You walk around. You're not looking behind you. Oh. I see you walking around listening to your phone, looking at fucking people on your phone. You're going to get hit with a satellite. That eclipse is going to land on you because I can tell. So what are you talking about next Tuesday? We ain't got next Tuesday. We ain't got, when I'm in Vegas, I have a big showcase. That's in 3 weeks. Right now, you got Connecticut, the basement, the dungeon of life in front of you. That's all you need to worry about. How you going to get out of the dungeon? And if somebody shoots, how you going to get out of there? Because you're lucky you didn't get shot down there. You could just take so many bombs in a row before I fucking start going apeshit in one of those clubs. But it's not a Chinese place. I can't goof on the waiter. you know.
Wait, are you saying you're going to shoot it? Like if I bomb, you're going to shoot me up? What?
No. You're in the basement.
Okay.
What if some guy goes down there and smells a wonton and thinks he's back in Vietnam and throws a bomb up to the state, you know? And here you are in the basement. You got to go up the stairs. You got to climb on top of 90 people. Grandmas are bleeding to get me out. Fuck you. I'm getting out first. I ain't falling for this again. You know?
Dude, the way I was feeling, I might have just jumped in front of the gun at that. Like that was. It's not as bad as I used to be, but I still take it personally.
Listen, Lee, I was taking it personal till like the 10th or 12th year, so I'm not going to tell you I wasn't doing anything different. But you got to learn to grow. Fuck, the numbers are against you. You're not going to gamble every night and win.
Right.
You're not going to gamble every night and win. When I look at my schedule as a comic on a Monday morning, when your wife is asking you what you want to do, this fucking idiot wants to talk to you about a film project, this idiot's got an idea for a podcast, you tape it on the ground and shoot it up to space and listen to it in 2 years. You know, after all it's said and done, what do I got? And now you look at the week and you go, listen, I got 5 sets this week. I got 3 open mics with a bunch of hoodlums, and then I got 2 paid shows. What matters?
The 2 paid shows.
Okay, so let's save everything we got for those 2 paid shows. What's my strategy for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? To try all the new jokes. I don't want you going up there with a notebook or looking at your stupid fucking phone.
No.
This is all from the hip. Boom, 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 boom. And anything. You don't give a fuck at this point. It's 8 fucking malooks, just like you. Throw it out there. Get it off your lips. Sometimes just getting it out of your lips is fucking, now it gets you to think. You know, how many times I say to you, remind me to say that joke. And when I got off the stage, I killed, but I still looked at you and I go, motherfucker, I forgot to say that fucking joke. God damn it. Because you go up there with man. How mad would I get?
You get fear and you'd kill. Like people would be falling out of their chairs and you'd be pissed. The first thing you'd say off stage.
I didn't try that fucking joke. I forgot it. I fucked it up. That's it. That's it. That's when you're feeling it. I forgot the fucking joke, but I just killed that room.
Right.
That's all that mattered to me because I was going somewhere on Friday. And that joke on Thursday at the Comedy Store, I needed to fucking try it, to go into something different because I was just there 9 months ago. So I know I got 30 minutes, but let me see what else I can dig up before I get down there. And then you get down there and there's an earthquake. Remember when we had the earthquake on stage in Huntington Beach? Were you there?
I don't think I was there, but I remember that happening.
4th of July, you know, you're up on stage. You got all this material. You know, my grandmother, here you are, in love with yourself, and there's a fucking earthquake going on. And people were like moving. I go, relax, people. Somebody ate an edible. And I was scared. Listen, I was more scared than they were. But again, I'm not climbing over 8 motherfuckers. I got no cardio. I got a bum knee. If the beam goes down like Carrie, here, what am I going to do? If the levee breaks, I got no place. You know what I'm saying? So I just held my ground, took a chance, and kept running through the material. And afterward, I went back to the room, and I remember going, I didn't do anything tonight. I did 10 talks. I went right into the earthquake, and we just rode it out with the earthquake. And then every 8 minutes, there was a rumble. But that's the game. That's the game. Monday through fucking Friday. Look at your schedule. It's like Weight Watchers. Monday, your friend wants you to go to an all-you-can-eat fucking burger place. So you're going to eat meat on Thursday. What am I going to eat on Wednesday? I got to eat chicken, a few vegetables. And then Friday, I got to eat some more vegetables because I got to shit the meat out. It's just like Weight Watchers. You're planning your week of attack.
Yeah, and I definitely learned a lot during that week, during that weekend.
Those 2 days? Those 2 days?
It felt like more than 2 days.
I could write a book on bombings and situations and fucking, I could write 15 bombs that I had and the situations and the shit that surrounded them. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't really a bomb. It was a fucking experience.
Jesus.
For example, let's say you allegedly let's say you go to
Of
a room,
course.
you do your 20 minutes, your 30, your headliner set. There was 18 people there. Obviously, you know it's a write-off. You're a little depressed. He's paying you. You had a mediocre set. The hotel is the dump. It smells like dumplings when you walk in and God knows what else and fucking curry and shit. They give you those skinny towels with like, you know what I'm saying? You need to dry off, especially if you're over 300 pounds. You know, like a fucking, you got to make like a cape of those towels. You got to use the one on the floor, the fucking bath towel, you know. But anything like you go and maybe that feature act and you hit it off and all of a sudden you fucking, you know, he tells you other things about Michigan, like what happened to me. He told me other things about Michigan and where I should go and who I should call. And we ended up smoking dope and getting a gram of blow. And then Saturday night was even better. One of the waitresses came back with us and fucking, she was showing us whatever. It's
Right.
always, when you look, that's why I tell you, don't dwell on it now. Because 5 years from now, you're going to look at it as an experience.
How long does it take to not do like, because I'm done with it now. I'm not like pissed off about it now. But like, how long does it to not like fucking kill you? Like, do you get off stage now if you bomb and like, oh, thank God? Or like you're like, are you happy about it now or no?
If I'm going into the weekend,
Okay.
right? On a Friday and Saturday, I got 2 shows in Milwaukee, 2 shows in Chicago. I got people fucking sending me shit. We're going to go off. I'm going to kill myself that night. You know, just all the shit that I used to get before the show. Tuesday night, if I bombed, I was kind of happy, but not really. All right. So let's say I did good Tuesday night in the original room, but I bombed in the main room.
Okay.
That's okay. If I killed all 3 nights, that's what kept me awake on Thursday night.
Because you thought your bomb was coming or something?
I knew they're coming. I just had 3 of the best sets of my life. Really, 5 of the best sets of my life. And I'm going into this weekend. It's sold out. They got babysitters already. I can't even cancel. A bomb is coming. So now that makes you tighten up your game. When you get to the hotel, you go for your fucking whatever was in Milwaukee that we eat, and then you tighten up your notebook. And then hopefully, at that point already, I was doing comedy 24 years.
Right.
But I'd still think like that because I knew it's a game of percentages. It's like sales. It's like if you talk to 100 women, 5 of them are going to go take you out on dates.
Hopefully. But
no, hey, listen, even me with an eye patch could fuck girls into getting a hot dog from fucking the hot dog place in Old Bridge, fucking whatever, Nikki's Dogs.
Jesus Christ. Did you ever, because you were talking about like flying, the only thing that saved me this weekend was like, at least I was home. Like, at least I didn't, like, what is it like when you like fly somewhere to bomb? Like, it,
never mind fly. Nothing. Listen, when you're taking a flight and you're a feature act, many a times I bombed with Joe Rogan as a feature act because I was thinking about something else. I'd bomb the first show or do well the first show and bomb the second show. That means the cocaine was in my pocket. This is Joe's show. They're not here to see me. Do you know what I'm saying? You start thinking negative things. I'm just going to go up there and call it in. And then you start feeling bad.
Okay.
I saw the type of caliber Joe was and how he held his game. And that helped me a lot. You know, but let's say you bomb on a Friday night. Listen, you were with me the week I bombed in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, at Cobb's.
I bombed Thursday shows, Friday boat shows, and Saturday the first show. I was 0 for 5. You were the witness.
Yeah.
And what happened the late show? I got so furious. So I'm not even doing material. This material sucks dick. I'm going to let it, the ego, there's no ego with stand-up. There's no ego. I'm down 0 to fucking 5 here. Not even one show Thursday. I bombed on both shows Thursday. And then 2 more to boot on Friday. And then I ate a bag of dicks the first show. I was even thinking of switching with Ari There's no ego in stand-up. It's about the people in the fucking show.
Right.
There's weeks you're not going to fucking have it. You cannot be Alex Rodriguez every night. You cannot be, well, I was going to use Rodriguez and Darryl Strawberry. You know, those are two bad examples, but you can't. It's not going to happen. What do you think? When Motley Crue goes on the road, if they got 16 dates, they don't need a bag of dicks on 3 of them.
You think musicians bomb like that? Like what? Like,
Fuck yeah, you'll see about it. You'll hear about it 3 days later. You went to see this band and the sound, and the guitarist was drunk, and you know, it's dog. The odds are against you. If not, you live in heaven where you never lose. And I don't know. Last time you checked, we ain't in heaven.
No. Holy shit. Yeah, no, but I love talking to you. But that was a lot of fun. How was your St. Patrick's Day? Are you a big St. Patrick's Day
Oh yeah,
guy?
you should have seen me. I had the kilt on. I was at the bar jumping up and down. I learned how to blow a bagpipe. You know, yeah, will you?
Did you ever like go out and go to bars on like days like that?
When I was young and stupid, I think I did it. Listen, let's be as honest as I can with you. I've always known I was not a day drinker.
Okay.
I've always known that what people do on that day was never for me. Like, I can't stop drinking at 9 a.m. green fucking beer. You know, I did my share or whatever, but the only new St. Patty's I do remember is one I took the bus tour in New York City.
You did that on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, but with my friends.
Oh, okay.
They would go a different bus ride. His name was Corky. Years ago. This is 30 fucking years ago. 40 years ago. My friends the year before had gone over to the city and they were in the village, and somebody what were we talking about? St. Patty's or the 4th of July?
Either we were talking about St. Patty's, but either one.
I'm so fucking high.
It's March.
This guy rented a bus and he stopped at most of the Irish places and had a beer. And that was what you did. You went out of the bus and you got a shot of beer and you yelled a little bit. And this guy was a fucking pisser. He was a one-man parade, you know. And I remember, like, I think I got off the bus, like, by 70th Street and fucking said, fuck this. It's not for me, you know. You go to one parade, you're good.
Right.
You know, you get pickpocketed. That's New York City. You know, you got to go with hands in pockets and fucking, they'll even take your yarmulke. They don't give a fuck in New York City on St. Patty's Day. It's just, you know, I always had something to do on St. Patty's. I ended up at the bar. There's a lot of coke at the bar, too. You don't have to drink. You can snort coke. And St. Patty don't give a fuck, Jack. Coke, reefer, you know. I was going to go with my brother somewhere yesterday with Crazy Chris, but the girls had nowhere to go till about 3:34. So I went with them, and we went to my friends, and they had the fucking bread and the corned beef, and you know, it was fun. It was great. You know, I just, if you think I'm going to go into the city or into one of those parades, you go to one parade, you've seen them all.
Has anyone ever asked you to be in a parade?
No.
I can't imagine you on like a truck or something, like a float waving at people.
No. That's too embarrassing. I think about Kennedy too much. You know me, dog. Last guy who waved at people was John F. He didn't end too good. You better have a hood on that car. I don't want my head out. Look at this target. Fucking one-eyed fucking dude could hit this with a fucking slingshot. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I had multiple people this weekend tell me that I had a head of a normal-sized human being. Like,
that's very nice.
No, it's not.
That's very nice that they told you that.
I
think it's time to put a wig on. What do you think? Like a little, we'll take you to hair club for men. They'll shave the back of your back.
Oh, that's
what
have a fucking
shave your back. You don't even have to like grow a beard or nothing. We'll shave your back, your shoulders, your buttocks. That's got to be like an afro right there, and we'll just put it on your head. Fuck it, they do miracles today.
What was that UFC fighter who had the afro? Remember, he was like a skinny black dude, like Bruce Leroy or something.
Yeah, Bruce Leroy.
I like if they shaved my back, I could have so much. Like what?
Let's call Hair Club for Men. I'll call them tomorrow. See if they can use the back follicles. They'll do some fucking acupuncture. They'll shoot a little stem cell in there. Within a month, you'll be looking like Ringo Starr in '66. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask what sort of style should I do?
You should do Mo
from the Three Stooges.
Yeah, Mo it up.
Joe, could you pull up Mo? Because I don't know which one Mo is. Jesus, I can't. I think my face is too.
After success right now for you is Mo. If I fucking, you can't be Curly, and you can't be fucking the other guy. He's going bald and he has a hat. But you would be a perfect fucking Mo right there.
Oh, that's the one. I don't want to have that one. I'm too fat to have that hairdo.
Listen, you'd sell out arenas with that head. 2024. These kids pay for anything when you look weird. Give yourself a half a Hitler mustache. Forget about it. Go out there and tell them you're the Jew of the year with the Hitler mustache and a Mo hairdo. Forget about it. Who's better than you? You show up with a Mo hairdo and a cape on. What?
I think I might have to get you a cape. You love capes.
I got a couple of them right now.
How come you never wear them?
Because I'll get shot on sight.
No, you can pull off a cape.
I'm going to do voodoo rituals or sexual experimentation. So, Are you following any of this motherfucking, what's going to happen this month here on NCAA, Final Four and all that shit?
I would love to.
Any idea where you're leaning to?
To be honest, dude, I haven't watched college basketball. I would love to know what's going on. I just know that it's fucking huge, and it was my least favorite time to watch SportsCenter because
Greg Garcia sent me a thing today. It's a pool he does every year.
Okay.
If you win 6 G's. You keep a G, and you give $5,000 to my favorite charity. It's a good deal, but I couldn't even figure out how to log in. Like I never enter pools, but I was at my friend's house yesterday, and they were talking about who's good at basketball this year.
Okay.
And I was listening. Me, one ear was listening to the kids, and the other ear was listening for any inside information.
Did you get any? Like, isn't there like 70 teams or something? There's like a lot of teams.
I think so. I forget. 64, something like
that.
64, your mother's a whore. That's a good number. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, give me a moment here. We're going to check in with DraftKings to see what they got going on this time of the year. Hey, beautiful people. Guess what it is? March. And March Mania is here. And DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new customers a shot to turn $5 into $150 instantly in bonus bets on any college basketball bet. Listen, there's the time of the year where you've been following your teams. Get excited. This is the time. You know all about them. Join the pools. Anything DraftKings. I know DraftKings got free pools that you can make dollars with. And if you want to bet them and just get involved in the game, this is it. For my people in North Carolina, get excited because DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in your state. Wow. DraftKings adds some extra fun to an already exciting game. You got to try it. So do yourself a favor. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Why play games? You got to get ready to rock. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code Joey, where the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, or responsible gaming resources.
We're back, bitches. So anyway, in the beginning of the podcast, we were talking about the bum deals people fucking hit us with when you live in Hollywood. And I felt really like, tell the people the truth. How many fucking times did you try to get me to do one of those levels? And before the pandemic. I'm talking the beginning. All you motherfuckers were saying, why don't you go on that site? You take $2,000 from people and you send them a poster when the movie's done and all. And I was like, guys, just give me a gun. It's easier. I don't want to rob people. These people forget they gave you $2,000 10 years ago. And now you come up with a movie. And that's what happens with those things.
Right.
You invest, they send you a picture, an autographed picture, me playing the ukulele on a thing. You're supposed to be impressed. And then me and my buddies got to shoot it. We got to save on the editor. You're not going to get any promo on it. It's the people who were in the movie and their websites. It's a fucking nightmare. And let me tell you something. I was part of 100 of them. Not the investment shit, but I was part of 100 of those. Look at my fucking resume. 100 of those movies that this is a movie. It's 100 a day. It's going to turn into a sitcom. We're going to have a big premiere. Dog, I never heard from those people again.
Fuck.
Not even a fucking friendly fuck you. So that's why when people hit me up with those things, I wish them a lot of luck, because you might as well take your money and give it to DraftKings.
Or just, at least with DraftKings, you have a chance.
With
everything else, you could light it on fire.
See, about 15 years ago, the girl from Clint Eastwood did a movie where he was a boxing trainer, and he trained that girl how to box, and then at the end, somebody hit her in the head. He ended up in the hospital and shit.
$1 Million Baby, I think.
$1 Million Baby. Okay. The girl that became a star in that was, I mean, she was already a star when she got that movie. But how she got on was she did a $100 a day movie when they were just making 15 or 20 of them a year. She got like a little fucking package or a TV show out of it or something. So that was always their selling point. Yeah, we'll give you $100 a day, and then when this turns into a movie, you're it. I got a movie right now on that fucking IMDb that I saw about a year ago. I forgot I even did it. You know how I remembered? I saw the trailer to another movie, and I go, this sounds familiar. And I got up and I went to IMDb. I shot this short with fucking real actors. Like, there
okay.
You know who I shot that with? Fucking Bubba, the black dude from fucking Forrest Gump. That's how I met Ed Quinn.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was on this thing for a couple of days, and that's how I met Sifu, the karate teacher from fucking my Santeria dude. Yeah, that's how I met these dudes on that project. This was like, it was one of those, you got 100 a day. They kept calling me to go to UCLA to rehearse. I'm not going up there for 100 a day to rehearse. You know, it was easy mafia lines. And guess what? They got the budget. They redid the movie. They didn't use none of us. Not Bubba, not me, not Ed Quinn. I was there fucking 10 hours, you know. And this is why you don't get bitter. It's not that you get bitter towards it, but it's like, I got better things to do now. I wish I had 4 days to give you in a movie. I wish, you know, Joey, I got this thing. I got a great director and this guy. If you could just do it, it'd be really quick. I know it'd be really quick. You know what really quick is? 5 hours. Because nobody's getting paid.
Right.
So this guy's running late. This guy's going to get here. The light he brought ain't going to work because he just brought it from a different job and he didn't charge it. I've been there, Lee. And then at the end of all that, you don't hear from these people ever again.
Fuck. Is it like you're saying you don't?
Now,
okay.
When they hit you up and they go, hey, we got into the, you know, Mountain Fest Film Festival. Would you mind making a video for it or something? And you're like, dog, I did that movie 5 fucking years ago. I haven't heard from you.
Right.
Like, it was supposed to be a TV show on ABC. How did we get to the Mountain View Cemetery Film Festival?
Is it almost like you can smell it? Like, it's not that you're like negative for them, but you're like, this is just not going to work.
You know, I never believed in making you do my dream, because what happens is, yes, I might get this book. The deal is dead, by the way. We have no deal with nobody, which is good. Listen, I did good enough on the book.
Okay.
I'm very proud of the book. I don't want it to end bad. They want to approach me. Somebody who's going to really like that story is going to approach me, and then we'll do it. Until then, I'd rather just leave it as it is. It was a good experience. Okay.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
About like bad projects, or not bad, but just projects you know are going to fail.
Okay.
And you said you didn't want like people to do stuff for your dream, or like.
All right. So let's say that project went. It doesn't go. And right now, somebody's watching the podcast and they're like, Joey Diaz, I got $800,000 and my father's got $1 million to invest. What do you think? And I get kind of greedy and I go, let's do it. Now, I'm not going to get nothing for fucking getting the film. I might get like 60 grand for the script.
Okay.
A license the book or something, and I'll live on that. But then we're going to find out that, you know, they want to get Sofia Vergara. They want to get this one. These people don't come for free.
No.
They ain't going to listen to do this one for 100 and the next one will take care of you. They don't play that shit. They want their money. And that $1 million or $2 million budget, you ain't going to work.
Fuck.
At one point, somebody's got to work for free. And then when we were about to shoot it, the kid calls. He lost $800,000 in the stock market. So he's got to pull his money. So now the father goes, well, if my son can't do it, and this is a week before, you already fucking hired people, because that's that world, Lee.
Yeah.
Then what happens is I get a call. Here's what's happening. We'll get back to you. And a year later, I get a call. Hey, come to the table read. We got the money. You get to the table read, great actors, and all of a sudden they're like, we didn't get the original financing. We got $400,000, which is $100 a day. And if you guys don't mind signing over it, it would really help us. I don't
What does that
mind.
mean? That you don't get paid?
Yeah, I don't mind signing over a check. But at least finish the fucking project.
Right.
Come to me 10 years from now and go, I just got a call from a movie I did 20 years ago.
Did you really?
20 fucking years ago.
And what did they want?
We're going to redo something. And
Did you ever, because like that gives me anxiety that you said like they would cancel a week before. Did you ever cancel a comedy weekend for a acting thing, and then they come up like the day before and cancel the whole thing?
In 2009 or 10, I was going through a real rough patch.
Okay.
I was doing stand-up. I wasn't at the store. I was kind of doing it fly my by the seat of my pants, you know. And a lot of people don't know the story. I'll drop it on you.
Okay.
And I get a call from Gabriel Iglesias. And he goes, listen, I need a favor. I'm working Sacramento Punchline. Can you co-headline with another comic on Wednesday and Thursday? I'll come up Friday and headline the rest of the weekend and pay you headline money.
Nice.
I'm like, this is fucking great. I flew up Thursday morning, Southwest. We stay at that hotel where we stayed many a time.
Uh-huh.
With the Stairmaster and the 2 dumbbells and the fucking gazebo. That's their luxurious gym. A Stairmaster that clicks on the way up. And something. Anyway, I get there Wednesday night. Fucking great show. The comic and I get along. Thursday morning, we got radio.
Okay.
All of a sudden, we're cool until the radio station. Once we're on air, he starts saying a couple things that I get it, but why would you say it? You know?
On radio.
On radio. Now, at the time, I'm clean about a year. I'm not walking around with a soda telling anybody because I know I'm a fucking junkie and I could be snorting again in 2 days, so why blow my cover? I'm clean, and at this thing, he's talking about this. Wow. Then he drops a complete different Adam Sandler fucking joke. Like, he's trying to be cute. And in the radio station, they go, let's break. Let's take a 2-minute break. And right there, I turned and I go, do we have a fucking problem? And we got up right there in the radio station. We're going to fucking duke it out.
Fuck.
The one manager took me home. The other man, they're going to call Gabriel and figure out what they're going to do. Gabriel calls me back. He goes, can you work with him tonight? I go, yeah, you know, for you, I'll do anything. I hang up with Gabriel. I go get lunch at the sushi place. I come back and I got a message. And it's like a complete different agent. He's not even my agent. Calls me and he goes, Joey, they're looking for you. You have to go in today to read. It's for My Name is Earl.
Wow.
So you have to fly to LA and go back up there. When is the audition? We'll get it in for you as early as possible. And as soon as you land, call us from Burbank and we'll pick it. It was perfect. It was Maj Jabrani's manager. Good dude.
Okay.
So I'm like, why don't my agents call me? At that time, I had like 22 agents. You know, none of them called. I'm furious. Like, I'm flabbergasted. And I go down there. I meet Greg. I read the lines. We laugh. And I'm not even home yet. And I booked the part. It's 4 episodes.
Okay, yeah.
I get home now. It's Friday. It's probably 11 o'clock. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I going to do? I'll try to call Gabriel to see if I can hop on the plane with them, whatever, you know. And I worked Wednesday and Thursday. The audition was Friday.
So you went home Friday morning?
Yes. And that afternoon, as I'm figuring out how to get to Sacramento, I got a call from Joe Rogan. And he goes, hey, bro, I'm in a pinch. Ari can't do this weekend. He booked a commercial. Can you do the shows? I'll pay you this amount to cover for him. And I was like, fuck yeah. So 2 nights I was in Sacramento. I went down, booked the role, and then I went back to San Francisco with Joe. We did probably 6 shows. That's when I didn't mind Sunday nights because it was just a 1-hour flight home. I don't want to fly cross country on a Sunday night. So that's why I would stay for Sundays.
And like, I know you and Gabriel are cool now. Did he have an issue with you canceling?
No, because he was going to have 8 comics on the schedule anyway.
Oh, okay.
We were just going to do 10 minutes. It was like his regular openers, me and the other guy were both going to do it. I didn't want to be around the other guy the rest of the fucking weekend. And later on we made up, but he was always had some type of animosity towards me. I tried to be, you know, I knew where he was coming from. I know what the situation was. But did I ever quit a comedy room? I think so.
Wow.
Early on, and it caused a lot of havoc.
You quit midweek?
No, I remember I got into the beef with the booker from Texas. I told him to go fuck himself on the phone because he threatened me. He said, if you don't come down here, you're never going to work again for anybody. Towards the last 2 years of my addiction, I would call you at 11 in the morning and tell you I'm coming to pick you up. And, you know, I canceled. In fact, I got a call from an old friend that had a club. And one day I told him I even landed. And he was driving around the airport for 3 hours looking for me. I was in my house to play. He kept calling me. I'm coming. Oh, I'm here. Where are you? The West Side. He finally figured out Joey's not here. And then I was supposed to play the other club the following week in the same area.
Okay.
And the same thing happened. I had to get up and call him and go, I'm coming. I wasn't even getting in the car. There's no way I would make it through security. No way. I was that fucked up.
Fuck.
And this is when I wasn't taking this shit seriously, you know? And that's why I had nothing. Because they know, you know, these guys are like, we don't know if he's going to show up or not. I was terrible like that.
I can't imagine calling someone on the phone, being like, I'm here. What was it like? And then you just not there. It took him 3 hours to realize that maybe Joey's not in this airport.
I'll call the guy in Houston. I told him I would call him when the plane landed. He called me after like 2 hours. I've been circling around. When are you landing? I'm still up in the air.
Oh, I love it. And
another time, I was in Miami for 2 fucking weeks.
Okay.
Going hard. You know, it was every night, stories, drinking, 6 a.m.
Fuck.
The fucking Shark Bar, you know. And I had like 4 weeks in a row. I had I had fucking Miami for the Improv.
Okay.
But by this time, they closed the Funny Bone in Buffalo. So I was going to the Yoder had a club in Buffalo. And it was $450 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then I had to get back to like fucking Cleveland by bus. I'm like, what the fuck? And one time I made a mistake. I was in Miami for 2 or 3 weeks getting fucked up, and I had to go to Cleveland. Here I am in fucking 78-degree weather, sleeping with the balcony open. I got to Cleveland. I can't even leave my fucking condo for the first day.
Jesus.
It was snowed in. I'm like, why did I even fucking come here? I'm a stupid fucking feature act. I should have checked the weather. There was no show that night. I had like $10. Everything was closed. I'm walking up a hill with a fucking half a winter jacket.
I can't imagine going crazy like 6 a.m. and then doing shows that night. I can't. Yeah, anything.
Dog, when I was at that time, I was damaged goods. And even if I snorted till 3 and I slept and I made it to the airport, then I get to the hotel and I sleep a few hours and I'd be okay. It was such a big difference than doing comedy shows sober, the respect I had for comedy. Listen, I never had a beef with comedy at all. I was always very good. And at the end, I always delivered. But those first couple years, and this is what I was talking about on the Patreon podcast today, that whether it's alcoholism, whether it's pills, whether it's drugs, whether it's sex, you could do comedy through all that stuff for a long time. But one day, it could be at the 12-year mark or at the 20-year mark when you're really rocking that this shit's going to knock on your door. And that's why you got to go to this. Listen, I snorted coke 10 years too much. I did coke 16 years while I did comedy. And I wish I would have done 10.
You don't wish you never did it?
I can't do that. I can't bring that back.
Okay. What would have been the difference if you only did it 10?
I would have gotten a little farther. I would have gained some ground early on, you know. I would have done a premium blend. I would have done something, couple more things. People would have taken me seriously.
That's crazy that coke had that much of an effect, you think?
Because once the club owners know, they're going to pass it on to their favorite comics. And once the comics start talking, one day somebody's going to call them and go, hey, we got this show on HBO. What do you think about Lee Syatt? I'm starting to hear things about Lee Syatt, you know, and unless somebody really believes in you, like Artie in the last season of Crashing, you know, all the stories that are coming out about Tony Soprano now, you know, God rest his soul. I don't want to talk bad about the guy. The guy's dead. Some dude wrote a book about every time they had to fucking lock up the set or whatever. You know, I bet they all wish they had a chance to do it legitimately. And I had that chance. I had that chance from scratch. I stopped in 2007. I had 2 years to clear my mind. And I think this whole thing started again for me in like 2010, 2011. I didn't get back into the store till 2014.
Right.
So that just goes to show you, you know, you could get a lot farther without, and we all have vices. You didn't get into comedy because you don't have a vice. Okay. Somewhere along the line, we got short of the card. You know, some of us like young girls, some of us like drugs, some of us like blowjobs, some of us like gambling. Some people like gambling and blowjobs and heroin, you know. Some people, you know, it's a really, one of the things about comedy that I got to see was when I was featuring, I got to it like in 2000. I was still featuring, but I was ready to headline material-wise. I wasn't ready to headline. I'm lying to you. But I was a very good feature. And I was getting a lot of work. And it was a tour where I was doing, not a tour, but for like 4 weeks in a row, I got to work with old stars from the Comedy Store. Guys that were there with Kennison, banging it out with. And if I had to pick out what all four of them, why they weren't stars and why they were in a fucking D room now instead of an A room like the rest of them. You know, two of them were degenerate gamblers. I mean, from the minute they woke up, you had to give them. I was a feature act with a car. I didn't. They'd rent the car, but they didn't have a license. You know, it was fucking endless. I got a lot of work because I had a license at one point. Because they'll rent the car, but you got to drive the fucking. You have to put the car in your name, you know, or whatever. However they did it then. Just insanity. Guys that would drop every line, listen, I'm not going to say I wasn't doing coke, but I went back to the fucking condo at 2. These guys stayed out till 8 in the morning. And then I would hear that, let's say they got $1,500 for the week. By the time they got there, they only had $500 because they had been taking advances on the road.
God.
Like, if that's what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do this anymore. That's no way to do comedy. That's just not good. That's just not good. There was a ton of them when I was a feature act that was still lurking. And there was one guy that just pissed me off. This guy was a legend. I grew up watching him on Showtime with Rodney and shit. And I get to LA. I heard all the stories of him at the store. He was very funny. And one night he tried to bump me at the at the Laugh Factory. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I just held my ground. I'm not doing it. And he always seemed a little fucking weird. Now they start with the text messages. Who the fuck is this jerk off? Okay, yeah. And what was I saying, Lee?
You said one guy was trying to bump you and you weren't going to take it. You were talking about the bad headlines.
And then, you know, he did something else at the store one night. And I didn't, you know, and this guy was one of my guys. And then I went to Florida. No. I was in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
At the Comedy Cabana. And the owner came up to me. And I was featuring, and there was a headline. And the owner came up to me. We were sitting together. One of the best headliners I ever worked with out of Chicago. I can't remember what his name is. Clean. And he came over and he goes, listen, this comic is coming in. And we both looked at him like, no. And he goes, yeah, he's coming in. He wants to do a guest set and sell CDs. Now, at this time, it had to be 2003. I'm still snorting, you know. I don't think I was snorting that night. And he came in with his ego. You know, you guys work on me. And yeah, you know who I am. He started with that shit. Yeah, I saw you on the Rodney thing, you know. He brought a woman that had been fucked by every biker gang in fucking the country, okay? She stunk. She was nasty. She had a removable fang, like a tooth, that she was spinning around in her mouth. It was not good. It was not good, guys. This is something that you're sitting there going, if this is what I'm going to become, let me shoot myself now. So it gets better. He goes up there with those jokes that he has not rewritten in 20 years since I saw him on Showtime. And he did these 10, 20 minutes and he died.
Holy shit.
Add insult to injury. At the end of the show, he's back there selling CDs.
I thought he would have left. Did anyone buy the CD?
Listen, people are still coming out and they're talking to the headliner. I'm sitting at the bar and I'm watching all this. And he comes over to his girlfriend. He goes, babe, I've only got like 4 CDs sold. Let me sell 4 more and we'll go to that guy's house and get you hooked up. They were getting that's all he was doing it for, was a package. He finally went back. He sold 0 CDs. He went to the owner and he goes, dog, I did some time tonight. You at least got to give me a $100 bill. And the owner knew about him, felt bad from the game 100 just to get, all right, see you next time, bye. And he left with that girl. If I had to do that now, after I saw my friends fucking do great things, think about it.
Yeah.
I saw 10 of my friends do great things. From Ralphie May to fucking Ken Chung. I remember him at Ralphie's wedding, goofing with us. He was just doing comedy at the Last Factory. Look at him now. He's on fucking Masked Singer. You know, I saw the magic. I saw the miracle.
Well, it's interesting that because I was thinking about that. is that like I try to learn from every headliner, but it's also like I've learned like stuff I'll see and I'm like, oh, if I'm ever the headliner, I'm never doing that.
You sit there and you go, but then you look at his career and you go, now I know why.
Yep.
Now I know why he's in a basement in Connecticut on a Friday night watching me bum.
And a lot of play, just little things. It's crazy to see, and it's crazy that it's weird. Like I just picture you as always killing. I get like, and I know that's not possible, but it's hard for me to think of like imagine. You know, it's hard for me to imagine Chris Rock bombing.
People have been sending me a K-Loco tape. That one of those people released, one of those greedy bastards released. Because the kid died. He died of cancer. The kid who was hosting those shows.
Okay.
And, dog, I've been getting hit from everybody. I saw it on YouTube, and I refuse to click into it.
What
I'm
happened?
not even going back there. I don't ever want to see that in my life.
Wait, what? Like, do you mind talking about what happened? Because I don't.
Nothing happened. It was just, I don't know. I remember that set. I think I probably got $500 for that. Everybody thinks we shot it in New York. We shot that show at the Ice House.
Really?
Yeah. And it was either my first or my second time doing it. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It was okay. But in my world, I don't want to see that guy. I don't want to see that guy. Not even in fucking photographs do I want to see that guy.
Is it about comedy or just about where you were at that time?
It's about the whole patois, where I was. You know, you might see me smiling up there during that set. There was nothing to smile about. There was nothing to smile about. I was living in a basement, probably crashing at Ralphie's or fighting with my girlfriend, or, you know, I was broke. That's why I did that fucking show. You know, you always, when you start off, I'm not doing anything until I get to HBO. Well, wait till you got to pay rent, bitch, and snort coke. You'll be doing the late night fucking local cable spots. You don't give a fuck because it's all towards your dream. So I did that. I don't remember what came out of my mouth. I don't want to remember. I don't want to see that person. That was a broken fucking person up there. But the only thing I want to see that tape, which one night I'll probably break down late and watch a minute of it, is to see, I don't know, like, what do I want to see from that? I don't know.
Well, you could look at it the other way. Like, you could look at the growth of, like, I don't know how many years ago that was, but a long time ago.
That had to be 25, 26 years ago. I get a headache just thinking about that time in my life. It was before Terry.
Really?
It was a contract we just signed. God knows where they had it. God knows how many times they had it. And all those early things, you get ripped off to death. But it's like, I want to see who that person is, but I don't know. Because that was I was still recovering from my divorce. I was still recovering from fucking not seeing my child. I was recovering from learning how to live in Hollywood. You know, I'm at the Comedy Store. When are they going to find out I'm a fucking fake? When are they going to find out? When are they going to, in 99, what people don't know is, there was a time in 99 I couldn't even come to New York because one of my friends got arrested. One of my guns, one of my friends, I sold the gun from 1987. The guy had records and somebody got shot with it. And they came out to LA and they talked to me at the Comedy Store, and Duncan was the talent coordinator, and he remembers, and he's like, I don't know. Going into 99, I didn't know what was going to happen.
And you were supposed to get on stage and be funny during that time?
And I was getting on stage fucking every night.
Jesus.
Twice a night, 3 times a night. That was the only thing that was keeping me alive.
Would that anxiety fuel you, do you think? Like, is that why you like getting annoyed before sets?
I have no fucking idea. But it was just, whew. Like,
Did they talk to you at the Comedy Store before your set?
no, I was down there and they called the Comedy Store.
Okay, I thought like you were like talking to the FBI and then you had to go do 15 minutes.
So Duncan was like, somebody called today asking about your times. Here I'm thinking it's fucking Paramount.
The NYPD.
Yeah, I'm going down there at Paramount. I get down there. I do my set. I don't remember I'm lying to you. I don't remember. I really don't remember. I know I spoke to them off the property. I didn't want nobody see me talking to two cops. They didn't have uniforms on. They worked in L.A. They got a call from New York and L.A. to come see me. They were FBI guys, and they just wanted to know what happened. And I told them the truth. I bought the gun in 86. I go, officers, God knows when I sold it. But I signed the paperwork, whatever. Whoop, that never,
Oh, I love it.
And then they said, we'll get back to you. Then they sent me like a letter. And then I was really worried during the holidays in 98, 99. That's when the store reopened because they closed the liquor license. I'm up there doing comedy and there's no liquor. They're drinking $7 sodas. How much do you have to work to get somebody to smile when they paid $7 for watered down fucking Coke? So I talk to people sometimes. I tell them that, yeah, I was hooked on all this shit and I was doing all this shit. But at the same time, all my other energy I had left over from drugs and whatever else I was doing was all comedy. I didn't give a fuck about my health.
Right.
That's why I ended up 350 fucking pounds. I knew I wasn't sleeping, but it didn't bother me. I knew I was smoking 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I knew I was snorting anywhere from an 8-ball to a quarter ounce a week. It was just not good. So why do I want to see that fucking person?
Right.
I don't want to see that demon dog.
It's nice to see like people can change though, because like you always hear that like people don't change, and like
I changed, but that doesn't matter. I don't want to see that motherfucker. There's no reason to look in your rearview mirror when The Longest Yard comes on, and it's on at night. That's one thing. I was still a coke fiend then, but I was a decent coke fiend at that time. There was a difference. I could live with that. When I see Grudge Match, it's a horrible movie, but I could live with that. We had the podcast going. We took everybody to the movies.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day when it came out, there's some things I don't mind looking at. There's some shit I look at and it goes right back to who was that person then? Oh boy, look at that lump in my sock. Everybody thought it was just my calf. That's a wad of money. I'm going to buy drugs or something stupid. I'm 16 fucking years old. I don't want to see that shit. What do you got this week, beautiful?
This week, the 21st to the 23rd, I'm opening for Josh Wolf at Zany's in Nashville for the first time. Very, very excited to go there.
Very exciting club. Don't forget to get the chicken.
From which place?
They'll drop it off.
Although perfect.
They'll drop it off. It'll be there Thursday night.
Ooh.
If I know anything about Mr. Dorfman, he's the best. Let me tell you something. I did comedy on the road for a long time. And I met him in 98,
Okay.
And I liked him, but when I left there, I go, this motherfucker is just too nice.
Oh, cool.
I see a knife somewhere. I see him. Nobody's this fucking nice. At that time, no club owner would talk to you. He would have a conversation with you and watch a show with you.
As the feature?
Yeah, and talk to you.
Nice.
I was there with Stanhope. And Steven Seagal was in town. He was going to come by and crack a few. He's going to play the guitar.
At the show?
Yeah, I ate a bag of dicks 7 minutes in, dog. That's when it was the real Bible Belt. Now you could say anything in Nashville.
Wait, did you have to follow Steven Seagal with the guitar?
No. He was coming for the 10:30 show.
Got it. Okay.
I had to go up there off an MC and then open up for Stanhope.
Okay.
And I died. And then I was watching Stanhope, and he was killing for about 18 minutes, and then it just went flat. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to both of our shows? Because I had them in the beginning about something. I know I said pussy, and they were gone. And then when I went home like that week, I only had one night there with them.
Okay.
And like a week later, I thought about it and I go, that's the same thing that happened to me in Atlanta. That's the same thing that happened to me somewhere else in the South. It's the Bible Belt. And I just made a mental note. I ain't ever coming back.
Because that would suck to bomb in one spot.
I don't have to come back. That was the excuse I gave myself as a Comedy Store regular, 12 to 13 years to the game. Now I'm lying to you, maybe 11, 12 years in. That's how I wasn't demented, but at least I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do the Bible Belt no more. Well, when things started picking up, I went to the Bible Belt, and now I killed.
Right.
And it was how I was looking at it. That's all it was. I wasn't experienced enough to look at it that way. And I'll be honest, it changed. It opened up more. The thinking opened up more. Same thing with Wise Guys in Utah. Great club. For years, they wouldn't bring any R-rated acts in there. I had to call the guy and go, let's do a door deal. If I don't make a dime, you don't make a dime. Next thing you know, there was a fucking 200 people there. We got something to work with. People want to see dirty comedy. People want to see edgy shit. People want to smoke dope. They want to scratch their balls and snip their fingers. It's motherfucking Friday, Jack. Me, I'm going to go up Thursday. I got a spot.
Nice.
I'm doing a guest set, and maybe Wednesday night I'll go out. I'm not sure yet. And then
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you were bringing CDs to the guest set.
CDs?
Yeah, you told that story about that comic who did a guest set and brought CDs to that.
No, I'm not going to even demand a dime, you know.
Right, I know.
He's going over to see the headliner. He's my buddy. It's 30 minutes away. Why not?
That's awesome. So you're saying you have 2 sets this week, and then
I will never take. I don't even have CDs left.
I know.
I think there's some shit around here, but I ain't selling that stuff.
Fuck no.
I'll donate it to the fucking box by the fire department. Some fucking Mexican migrant will put it on and hear some words. He's not over at the fucking shelter. Or they'll bring it to the other Jewish shelter where they had those hookers hidden downstairs. You never heard anything about those Jews again. They just disappeared. They vanished.
Thank God. I don't want to know what was going on down there.
They were building the trench of death. They're taking it back. You know what I'm saying? I love you, cocksuckers. Have a great week. Thank you for tonight. I love you guys. And now for a word from my motherfucking sponsors. Woo! The check-in is brought to you by Liquid IV. Tremendous. You're probably still recovering from the green leprechaun. You got to remember to drink water. It can be tough. Whether you hydrate to live or live to hydrate, shake up your routine with Liquid IV. Here's how it works. Add 1 stick to 16 ounces of water and shake it up, baby. You'll be getting 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. Hey, no artificial sweeteners, no sugar, 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness. Listen, I am hooked on the white peach sugar-free. You shake that up in the morning. I take my medication. I drink a whole 16 ounce before I go to the gym just so I could be tip-top Magoo at 61 years old. Liquid IV is also non-GMO and has no gluten or dairy or soy. Whether you went a little crazy last night on St. Patty's or need something to get your hydration up in the morning, or you're just trying to be good to yourself, Liquid IV is a no-brainer. Listen to me. However you hydrate, grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free, the one I like, in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off your order when you order to go. LiquidIV.com, press code Joey at checkout. Again, Hydration Multiplier, sugar-free, in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com, press in code Joey at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Joey, Joey, at liquidiv.com. Support the show and get 20% off. The check-in is also brought to you by Lucy. Tremendous. Listen, it's time to save yourself from that weekly stop at that sketchy gas station. Get nicotine delivered straight to your door with Lucy. They got what you need, whether you like the nicotine pouches, the gum, or the lozenges. I've been hitting up the gum lately. Oh, my God, the mango is tremendous. Their breaker pouches are insane. There's a capsule inside that bursts to release a wave of flavor and hydration. With flavors like apple ice, mango, mint, and even espresso. Let me tell you something. You can't go wrong. Like I said, I've tried the mango and I'm hooked on that. The gum, oh my God. It's like you're drinking a smoothie. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they have even, with a cough like that, you got to stop smoking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they even have different strengths ranging from 2 to 12 milligrams, so you can choose how much nicotine you want, and you get the party started. All right? So let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/Joey and use promo code Joey. Again, go to lucy.co/Joey. Use promo code Joey, and then we're going to get you 20% off your first order. Listen, Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. But after you taste the flavors, you won't. That's lucy.co/Joey. Use promo code Joey.